Hello everyone, this is Sandra Solomon here. We are at 280 Yorkland Boulevard in the city Toronto. The reason why I'm videoing this place here because I watched and I saw a disturbing video for a Muslim guy speaking about taking over this building where it was a church before, and there was a cross actually at the very top corner of this building.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم اخواني وحبايبي اهل الكويت. نبشركم اليوم باذن الله شلنا الصليب، وان شاء الله بكره راح نحط الهلال مكانه ان شاء الله باذن الله.
When I saw this video, I got very disturbed, and the fact I'm an ex-Muslim, and I know what most of the terrorist group, what they do in Iraq, in Syria, in the Middle East, in many corners of places when they took over, and they take over the churches and the way they do it. And I saw many videos of ISIS, what they do when they take over churches, and how they put the cross down and they put the ISIS flag, and the guy was talking in a victorious way, and the same Islamic chanting and a victorious chanting, and the way he was talking about, oh, we are taking the cross down and we're gonna put the crescent up.
The Islamic State militant group has called for more terror attacks against Christians following the recent killing of a priest in France. The cover of the latest issue of the group's Dabiq magazine shows an ISIS member ripping a cross off the roof of a church with the title "Break the Cross." ISIS also called on others to join the terror group and for its members in Western countries to attack Christians without hesitation. The magazine also urged its members to target Pope Francis, saying he's hiding behind a deceptive veil of goodwill towards Muslims.
And the way he was talking in a victorious way, and the drone was taking the video from up the building, and the whole thing to me, it just was like a copy paste of what ISIS is doing in the Middle East. Therefore,
هذه الكنيسة اللي بالفيديو السابق شفتوها ووريناكم اياها وشريناها، وانتم جزاكم الله خير ساهمتوا في هذا الانجاز، واليوم باذن الله والحمد شلنا صليب، وان شاء الله بكره راح نحط مكان الهلال باذن الله، وراح يفتتح هذا المسجد للصلاة والصيام والقيام باذن الله تعالى، وتعليم الشباب والأطفال الإسلام بما هو صحيح في هذا البلد النبي إن شاء الله بإذن الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Therefore, I got very disturbed, and I came here to make sure that this video is right. And what is it's true. The place, there's no cross here. And according what the police said after Kingston attempted bomb, he said if you see anything and if you hear anything that is gonna be suspicious or a link or something for any terrorism, please contact us.
We also encourage the public to remain vigilant and to report any information or terrorism or related suspicious activities to the National Security Information Network at 1-800-420-5805. or by contacting the police in their community.
So therefore, I will take this video to the police and tell them I am suspicious for a sleeping cell in Toronto, in this place, and the way they were talking, the way they're chanting, the way they put the poster, it's in a black and white, which is the Islamic State symbol, and they did the background of the poster in a white, and the writing the shahada on it, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad his messenger. The way it was written, it got me suspicions. So therefore, we're here at Division 33 and police in Toronto. I have the video here with me in my hands, and I'm gonna walk in right to the police station and report the fact the police themselves, they said if you suspicious anything, you need to report to us. As a Canadian citizen, concerned Canadian citizen, for the love of this country, I'm asking everyone to hold the security services accountable for this kind of videos, for this kind of places that I am suspicious that it is a sleeping cell, a terrorist sleeping cell. So let's go to the police station and see what the police they're gonna say about the video. Again, I hope they take it serious the way they should be. And we know the Libertarian government, they allow so many of these ISIS to come back to Canada.
ISIS fighters from Canada are returning home after the group's near defeat in Syria and Iraq. Now Canada's plan for managing them has received criticism from Canadian lawmakers and people across the country. Alex Mihailovich is following the story in Toronto tonight.
As of now, we know that about 60+ ISIS terrorists have returned to Canada. Another 190 Canadians are someplace in the world, mostly Iraq and Syria, fighting with terrorist organizations, including ISIS. Now, if this was the UK, these people would be losing their citizenship, so they could not return to Canada. But this is not the UK. Here, they have the right to return, which is ludicrous on many counts, and a lot of Canadians agree with that statement. You can believe me. And what is the RCMP saying, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police? Well, they're saying that terrorist investigations are amongst the most difficult. So once these guys get back here, our police forces can't do much about it.
They did not even want to strip the citizenship from them. Nothing. They did not do anything to these terrorists, what they should do. We love this country and we want to protect this country. I came to Canada to live in peace. I escaped the Sharia law. I escaped all this terror and what I saw in Middle East, and it's following me here to this country. So please, we need a follow-up. We need this. We need the police to take this video as a serious threat. And I don't know what they're gonna say to me. So let's walk in. Hello? Yes, I need to report a place in Toronto. I'm suspicious that it might be a potential of a sleeping cell, terrorist sleeping cell. I have a video I want to show you guys. And as soon as I saw the video, it makes me wonder, and I got suspicions that the way they take over the place and the way they remove the cross and put the Islamic flag on top of it, the way they were talking, as I lived in Middle East, and I understand what he's saying in Arabic, it got me suspicious. That's the same way that the ISIS is doing in Middle East when they take the cross, and the same talking, the same chanting. Yeah, sure, no problem. Sure, no problem. The whole videoing, the whole thing is like exactly like what ISIS do. Every time they take over a city or they take over a village and they take over the churches there. So to me it was a disturbing video, and I'm suspicious that it could be a potential of maybe a terrorist link or a link to a terrorist group, because he was talking thanks to our brothers and sisters in Kuwait. The fact that we know that there's some Arabic countries, some like Kuwait or Qatar and all that stuff, we know that they funded some Islamic organization here in Canada.
According to a media report in 2011, Qatar's Eid Charity Foundation donated 385,000 Qatari rial, about $1.4 million, for purchasing Mississauga-based Dar al-Tawhid Islamic Center and Safa and Marwa Islamic School. 5 years later, in January 2016, Ibrahim Hindi, the Imam of Dar al-Tawhid Islamic Center, went to Qatar on a fundraising mission. The Charities Directorate of Canada Revenue Agency, CRA, provided to Global News the following, quote, Eid Foundation is alleged to have provided support to terrorism. Our research indicates that the Eid Foundation is a member organization in the Union of Good, a global coalition of Islamic charities operated by Hamas, a listed terrorist entity in Canada. End quote. In one of his sermons at Dar al-Tawhid Islamic Center, Imam Ibrahim Hindi equated what he called the Islamophobes of today to Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab, the two prime and bitter opponents of Muhammad. Abu Jahl was killed by Muhammad's fighters, who decapitated him, while Abu Lahab was fatally wounded by Lubaba bint al-Harith, the sister of two of Muhammad's wives, after being hit in his head with a tent pole.
The Islamophobia that surrounds us and that targets us, we see the same similarities remain. And it's as if the Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab are resurrected and suggesting the same tactics to the Abu Jahls and the Abu Lahab of today.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نشكر اخوتنا اللي في دولة الكويت على دعمهم في شراء هذا الصرح العظيم اللي هو كنيسة وسوف يكون مسجد بإذن الله عز وجل باسم دولة الكويت. ونشكر كذلك